He's got supporters. Detroit, New York, Los Angeles, inciting large-scale arrests and sympathy marches.
I'm very aware of that, Mr. Hoover. What I do know is he's nonviolent. What I need to know right now, what's Martin Luther King about to do next?
Okay, so I find it fascinating that you used to be a publicist covering other people's movies. Yeah. What was the moment for you where it just clicked and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna make a go at this, making my own movies?
I was on a film called Collateral. Do you remember that film?
Uh-huh, I do, very much.
Michael Mann film. That's a really underrated film. I really like that film. But I was on the streets of L.A. with Michael Mann and Dion Beebe and Jamie Foxx and Jada Pinkett and Tom Cruise, and Javier Bardem was on the set that day. And I just thought, wow, I could do this. I'm from Los Angeles. I have stories on these very streets to tell. Maybe I should try my hand at it. And so the very next weekend, I started writing a script.
That's great. And now you're receiving historic awards recognition for this film. What's it like to be on that side of it instead of watching someone else's film receive those awards recognition?
It's really strange. It's surreal. You know, it's something that I wanted to do, but I always love supporting other people in their films. So the fact that I'm being supported now, you know, by all of the publicists who work on this film, it's like a little publicity sorority. You know, these junkets and these times where you're trying to celebrate and amplify the film. I remember all the weekends that I would do it for other people's pictures, and now we're here for mine, and it feels weird and wonderful.
You know, it's a brilliant film about a brilliant man. What does the name Martin Luther King Jr. mean to you?
Well, you know, I mean, MLK has come to mean a sale to some people, a holiday, a day off of work, you know, a statue, a speech, you know, a street name. You know, it doesn't really stand for a man who lived and breathed and was, you know, complicated and, you know, a man of faith who was sometimes unfaithful. Sometimes he had guilt. Sometimes he had a bit of an ego, liked to eat, big prankster, loved his wife, had a bunch of kids. I mean, died at the age of 39. I mean, these are the things that you can't get in a 4-word catchphrase, I have a dream. And so we're hoping that the film gets underneath that a little bit.
Well, and that's what's fascinating is that I feel like you see a different side of Dr. King that we've never seen before. Exactly. What's something you learned about him that you never knew before you did this movie?
You know, I think I learned most about, you know, this whole idea of nonviolence. I think somewhere in my head I thought it was because he was Christian, he was a preacher. And that had something to do with it, a lot to do with it. But it's really because it's a very sound, savvy, strategic tactic when fighting aggression. You get more sympathy, more empathy when you don't throw a rock back than when you do. And so it's a lot of nuances to the nonviolent theory. It was fascinating to me.
And is there something big that you would want somebody to take away from this film? Oh,
I just hope they come away with ideas and feeling like they want to do something, whatever it is. Just don't let it be disposable entertainment. Do something.
Great. Thank you.
We must march. We must stand up.
You march those people into rural Alabama, it's got to be open season.
May I have a word?
There's no word to be had.
The people. The people. The people. The people.
There are 70 million people watching. These pictures are going around the world.
We must make a massive demonstration. White, black, and otherwise. Come to Selma.
I heard about the attack of innocent people. I couldn't just stand by.
Looks like an army out there.
This revolution goes on and on. This revolution goes on and on. Mine eyes have seen the glory, glory, glory. Hallelujah.
What happens when a man stands up, says enough is enough?